Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show, presented by Mel Hamilton Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale. Josh Providence, Service Director. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Hey, it's not sunny 70, but it is almost 70, isn't it?
So it's all about perspective.
Perception. How about that?
Perception. Yeah.
Perception is reality. So it is sunny and 70 in the big city of Wichita. So, hey, it's a call-in show, everybody. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything in the automobile world you want to talk about. And, Josh, we still have yet to reevaluate this $130 package and see if we're still, well, I know it's over 130.
How about 130 and then?
Okay. So each and every caller that calls in will get a great price package valued over a great price package at $130 and then some.
And then.
So as always, Josh, what's in that great package we're going to give away?
So we'll mail it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hamilton Ford. We're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on that vehicle while it's here with us, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components on the vehicle. You'll get yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the big corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And then a BG products package, which consists of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then 44K for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, 316-462-3673. That's the number to dial up. That'll come to the front desk here for the girls. Down at the front desk, tell them you want to get patched to the podcast, and we'll get you on the air with your question to get you that great price package, Josh. So anyway, sure you got some few things to talk about, but I got a couple too that I want to talk about too. I took a phone call from a customer yesterday. It was happened yesterday. And he was a little frustrated with the time it took for his daughter to get an oil change. And kind of going through that with him a little bit. He says, I can take my wife's car and my car and I can have that oil changed in half an hour. And I said, I bet you could. I said, it's kind of like a deal here a while back. I had to go, you were with me, I think, Josh. We went to go fill up some bottles for the T-shirt cannon gun that we shoot off. And it happened to be right next to a quick change place or whatever you want to call it. And there were 6 cars sitting there. And by the time we went in and filled those, I think it was 4 bottles we filled up, and we come out, all 6 of those cars were gone. Now, if you want one of those oil changes, power to you. I don't want that. I don't even think they got all the oil out of the car.
Don't know how you could, right?
No. And so I kind of went through him with everything that we do and how we do it and why we do it. And after it's all said and done, he got it. But you can't do an oil change in 15 minutes. You could. You can. Mm-hmm. You sure you can. You can go out underneath there and unscrew the filter, slap a new filter on it, pull the drain plug, let it drain for whatever amount of time, put a drain plug back in it, put some oil back in it, and go on down your road. Yeah, you can do that. But it's not the best thing for your car. It's not the best thing to plan. It's not the best thing to make sure you're checking the thing over and make sure what's going on. And I explained to him because I come to find out we knew each other from high school even.
Oh, really?
And he knew about my dad's station. I said, back then we were actually doing a multi-point inspection, but we didn't realize we were doing it.
Yeah, didn't even know that you were doing it.
We were just checking these cars over. And I can kind of remember my dad saying, 3 to 4 times a year, getting that car up in the air and looking it over, make sure everything's okay. And I remember us looking at the brakes and doing all this stuff and topping off the fluids and doing all that stuff back then. And, I do remember how much it was too. It was $20. I remember that by heart, $20.
Uh-huh.
Look what it is today, $64.95. That's quite a bit difference from.
I mean, you can go to that 15-minute oil change. I've seen a receipt. It was the last week, so happened to be in a used car, and we're performing some repairs in it. And I opened the glove box, went in behind the deal, and it had the invoices of a couple of different quick change places, and they weren't consistent to one place, but it had the, probably 5 or 6 different oil change receipts in there of different quick change places. And every one of them was more expensive than what ours was now. And I just think too, like, I don't know, the quality of the oil and filter. So I'm going through and looking at the parts that they used on it. And a couple of them were house brand stuff, and, it
quality stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for sure, the fact that you say, okay, $20, how many ever years ago? And,
That was early 80s. Date myself a little bit,
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, that multi-point inspection, I don't,
And it's like I explained to him. I said, "This is your daughter's car, correct?" He says,
Mhm.
"Yeah, it is." I said, "You don't want to make sure your daughter's safe driving down the road. You want to know that she's got good brakes.
Yeah.
Do you want to know that her tires are okay? Do you want to make sure the tires don't have some irregular wear? Do you want to make sure those front suspension components are good shape so that she can steer right and brake right and do all kind? Don't you want your daughter to be? That's what we're trying to do: is protect your car, protect yourself, protect your daughter. So if there is something wrong, you be aware of it.
Catch it when it's this big and not wait till it gets,
Yeah,
way out of control.
He kept saying, "Well, I didn't want that done. I didn't want that done." I said, "Why would you not want that done for your daughter?"
Yeah.
After it's all said and done, he got it. And I said, I remember when we first introduced this inspection, the multi-point inspection was when I was in Topeka.
Mhm.
And customers just, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. You're just trying to sell me something. Well, yeah, you're right. We are trying to sell you something, but we're only going to sell you what you need. And then ultimately, after we present it to you, if you don't want to do it, that's your choice. But it's to me, it's our obligation to show you what your car needs, show you where your tires are wearing, show where your brakes are wearing. See if there's any leaks, if there's any suspension problems, anything whatsoever, topping off your fluids, make sure that's going okay. That's our obligation to you. Now, if you don't want to have it done, at least you were aware of it and had the choice.
Yeah. Well, so two things, mapping it out, right? Like, okay, we went from 3,000 miles. Can you remember a day oil changes were maybe sooner than 3,000 miles, or has it always? You know what
Always
I'm saying?
in my head is always 3 months or 3,000 miles.
Yeah. So, and I think back then we probably didn't drive our cars near as often then as what you do now, and so maybe even easier to get the 3,000 or get the 3 months before you got the 3,000 miles.
Many times it was that way. Yeah.
But I think okay, 3,000 miles, and now we're to the 5,000 mile timeline. And for me, always to put that in perspective is, okay, to go 5,000 miles on a 5,000 mile trip, and I've looked this up before, is going from Miami, Florida to, I think, Anchorage, Alaska. It was like 5,029 miles. Like, you would not, well, I don't think you would, or you shouldn't start out on that journey without looking over the vehicle. You would not just go hop in a vehicle and take off
today,
on that.
Some people would.
You really do?
I do.
And never have a forethought in the back of their mind of
no. And then then when the car breaks down, guess who they're mad at? They're mad at the car. They're mad at the manufacturer. It's a POS and everything else in that part.
Like, I just couldn't imagine doing that, hopping in a vehicle and not checking over the tires and checking.
I'm getting Larry when I'm just going to Kansas City.
Fluids are topped off and everything like that.
From that part. But again, just remember, folks, we're out there and like I explained to him, the amount of cars we go through there, the amount of stuff we do there, we've got a system put together that's going to check your brakes and tell you how their brakes are wearing, so you can plan for when you need to replace those brakes. You can watch the thickness wear down. Same thing as tires. Expensive as tires have gotten today, you want to know when you're going to need tires. And the next thing is just being able to watch that irregular wear, because you can't see the inside of those tires on most cars, especially some of these rears. It was just like the other day, I was looking at a used car out here, and I actually had to pull the car forward enough so I could get underneath to see the back tires enough to rotate the tire forward enough to be able, so I could see the whole width of the tire, what it looked like, and that sort of thing too. But you just can't do it, and you can't see the pressures of these tires today. That's why I love the tire pressure monitoring system and stuff too. But and the other thing is the 5 months or 5,000 miles. Just think if you just changed it twice as often too, how much better that longer that engine would run, with good crystal clean oil in it, not putting any extra wear particles in there from that part. Because that's kind of what I do. I mean, I'll use my generator in my race trailer. The owner's manual says I need to change it every 200 hours. Trust me, I'm changing every 100 hours. That's why I do it. I mean, it's just I know that engine is going to run so much longer, so much better. And then, like, fuel filters. I mean, I was talking to a gentleman. He's an acquaintance of mine, and he's got a Super Duty, and he's very well mechanically inclined, and he's going to change oil. I said, great, go ahead. He asked me what oil to go get, and I told him what to go get. And I said, fuel filters. He goes, what do you mean fuel filters? I said, on a diesel, you need to change it every other oil change, and change the diesel still needs to go 5,000 miles. Well, there's 16 quarts in there. I said, I get it. But that diesel is working so hard and putting so much stuff in there and so much more fuel going through that truck it develops so much more carbon emissions and stuff going through there that you need to change it.
So one of the things that we talked about yesterday, so Thursday and Friday, we were able to have a couple of students come out from South High and do job shadowing with us.
Very
and
cool.
So they got to spend, different go throughout different departments. So, through service, they were at Quick Lane for a while, then main store. A couple of them went out to the detail shop and back through parts and stuff like that. But, one of the things that we talked about is in this industry, how valuable the multi-point inspection is. And, I truly do believe that. And as a technician, being able to understand the importance of that, I think, is crucial, and not just wave it off like I'm only here to fix what's wrong with the customer's vehicle from their perspective or what they're seeing,
Right.
just from a reliability standpoint, and the fact that a lot of these repairs, yeah, you could easily get into a several $1,000s repair to a customer or for a customer. And if there is any preemptive planning that can be done or anything like that, think of the benefit to the customer if you were the consumer to be able to know that and prep for it and plan for it and stuff like that.
Very true. Anyway, Delbert Art, good morning. Delbert is headed to a robotics competition with his grandson. That sounds like some fun.
A robotics competition. Have you ever watched I don't even know what they call it.
Anyway, and also Lovey Jones says, good morning. Good morning, Lovey. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, everybody.
God, I cannot think of it. But basically, they build two robots and then they put them in a cage and God dang, what the heck is the name of that show? Anyways, I don't. Somebody's got to know. Maybe Delbert knows. I
watch it a lot too.
But it is. I mean, it's very cool to watch them things go and think about the kinetic energy
Sheldon
and stuff that
Roz and.
Anyways, yeah,
because they showed it in there. Remember?
Yeah, let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Jason. Good morning, Jason. You're on live with Under the Hood.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. How are you?
Perfect.
Great. You guys?
So I got kind of a weird question for you. So I have a 2022 Ford F-150 XLT. It's got the high-tech stereo system in it. My back speakers are blown. I need to replace it. What do I go with? Because for one, I am not up on this kind of stuff.
Wonder what caused the rear speakers to blow.
That's what I would wonder. So is there any audio at all coming out of it, out of them, or?
So the passenger side back speaker works. The back driver's side speaker does not. I mean, it works, but it's muffled.
And I didn't quite catch the vehicle. What vehicle is it?
It's a 2022 Ford F-150.
Okay, so a couple of different things that I would wonder is the so the amp that controls those speakers, is there something going on with them or the audio control module? But then the second thing that I've seen happen before is, because that's in the door, right? The speakers are in the door, is the actual wires in the door loom itself from the door opening and closing so many times. I've seen them have connection issues in there and actually cause an audio issue. I think there's actually a technical service bulletin out for that one as well for that. And so I would be curious to know if there's not something going on there as well.
We still see a lot of speaker problems with those trucks is what I'm thinking too. That's why I'm wondering if something else caused them to. They still might need to be replaced, but did something else cause them? I'd hate for you to put some speakers in it, and then it's still something else wrong that caused them to blow.
Yeah, you hardly ever see a blown speaker, really, just unless you've altered something from factory one way or the other somewhere. But from the factory itself, we just like he said, we don't see a whole lot of speaker issues itself. So
it sounds like
we need to give you guys mess with, or do I need to take it to a radio shop or something?
100%, we can get it fixed up and taken care of for sure.
Because because I really hate to spend the money on new speakers if I don't need them.
I'm with you. That's what I'm
Would-
trying to get across is
would-
making sure what made them blow or what's making them do that. And maybe it's not the speaker itself. It might be, like Josh said, the wiring or something like that. Or, I'm also wondering too, since he's got the high upgrade system, does it have an amp in there on those speakers too? I don't remember how that's all wired together exactly, but
I'm going to say that we're probably going to find more something along the wiring itself would be my guess.
well, let's put a
So you
diagnostic
think the
package on Jason's
speaker-
package to look at that for him.
Sure.
What are you saying, Jason?
So basically, what you're saying, you think the speaker is fine then?
Well, I don't know.
Possibly.
I'm not saying that either. I just want to make sure. What I don't want to have happen is you put new speakers in it, okay, and it doesn't fix the problem, or
Yeah.
it blows those speakers again. We just need to check it
Right.
out and make sure there's something not causing those to blow. Just for the same reason, we just don't see a lot of speaker issues with with the trucks, okay?
Right.
And we just want to make sure what's going on there for you before
Yeah.
you spend your money wisely, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, I will start with you guys and then I will go from there.
Perfect.
Very good.
Perfect.
We'll get you fixed up, Jason.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Hey, that's why I come to you guys. I trust you guys. I live in Augusta and you guys do all my maintenance and do a hell of a job. And that's why I won't go to anybody else but you guys.
Well, very good. Thank you for the call, and we'll get that diagnostic added onto your package, okay?
You guys have a good weekend. Thanks for taking my
You too.
call.
All
All right, thank you, buddy.
Bye. Yeah, we'll get that thing taken a look at and see what's going on with it. And I'd almost bet that we come up with something other than
I
the
get
speakers
exactly.
on it.
Okay. Greg Murray says it's the Battle Bots.
That is right. That is the name of it.
But
okay.
I was still thinking the show, the TV show, the comedy show was Seinfeld.
Well, the
I mean, not Seinfeld.
Big Bang Theory was
Big
the name
Bang
of the
Theory.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they the Big Bang Theory. That's what has those robots come out. Remember
Yeah.
they-
So BattleBots is an actual show of them fighting robots, and I don't know. It's
Delbert's not that kind of competition. It's not a fighting competition. I'm sure it's some kind of a
like a do a task type
task
deal.
kind of deal. Is
Yeah.
what I bet Delbert's grandson's doing. I wouldn't think they want to put that kind of a thing on their kids out there, but who knows?
Okay, so that's like racing. Racing was never a thing until the second car was made, right? So fighting robots was never a thing until the second robot was made.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, hey, anyway, 316-462-3673. Let's get the phones ringing. Love to hear from you. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything whatsoever in the automobile world. And we can answer some questions for you, get that package for you. So, anyway, Josh, what else is on? We talked about my situation. I ran into that customer yesterday and explaining that. So I think we kind of went in enough detail. on
So yesterday, and this, I mean, it goes along with the multi-point inspection, but yesterday I was visiting with an individual. They're purchasing a new vehicle with us, and we were discussing extended warranties. And, from talking with this individual, so they farm, they service their own vehicles, stuff like that. It was along the lines of maintenance, and then also an extended warranty to go along with that maintenance. And they were seeing the value in the extended warranty, but was really questioning in regards to, okay, when I get to that time frame or this is broke and I'm taking care of my own maintenance, how does that play along with an extended warranty and a problem? And essentially what they were after is like, I'm concerned about buying an extended warranty and then they just don't want to cover anything.
Yeah.
Is what it amounted to.
understand their
And
fear,
so-
understand their concern, 100%.
Completely understand where they were coming from, and trying to explain to them, with what we get involved with day in and day out of this industry, is that, yeah, so first of all, right out of the gate, is there are so many extended warranty companies out there that are looking for reasons not to pay something and
Totally.
are going to nitpick it completely
Totally.
to death.
And I'm going to say there's more of those type of warranties out there than there are the good warranties out there.
Would agree with that. But then on the flip side of that is I can, because of what we deal with day in and day out, I can see in some cases where like it's a legitimate concern of an extended warranty company on how somebody maintains and takes care of their vehicle to not have to, drive it till it breaks. They go in and look at it, and how many instances or situations have we seen where it's because of lack of maintenance or not maintaining that vehicle properly
Mhm.
that that's caused that. And so, like earlier in the show, we were talking about this multi-point inspection and checking over the vehicle and some of these independent garages and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I was trying to say to this individual, or as we're talking through some of these situations, is like quality of parts matter too, right? So it's not just timing, it's quality of parts. There's so many things that go into that equation. And I said, because he was worried about maintenance records, and because farming, he says, when I go buy oil and filter and stuff, we've got tractors and implements, and so we buy a lot of bulk stuff. I buy filters at dozens at a time, and stuff like that. And he says it's just going to be really hard for me to keep track of maintenance records. And I guess my comment to him was that when we tear into something, you can pretty much tell whether it's been maintained or not,
Oh, yeah, in a
whether
heartbeat.
you have maintenance records or not, with it. And so I said, you can tell pretty dang quick whether something's been taken care of or not, from that side of things. Let's go to the phones, and we're going to talk to Kim. Kim, good morning. You're on live with Under the Hood.
Hi, I have a after the market security that was put on my car by you guys, and it is super sensitive. Like motorcycles will set it off, loud cars will set it off. I live by Wesley, and the helicopters, when they come in, will set it off. Is there a way to change the sensitivity to it?
Yeah, there should be some settings on that thing to be able to adjust that for sure. How long ago was it put on?
Probably 2 years ago.
Yeah. I, not knowing the system, and especially with it being aftermarket and stuff along those lines, I would be really shocked if there wasn't some sort of sensitivity setting, altercation or setting that could be made on that thing. Obviously,
Okay, so can I make an appointment with your service and have them
certainly
look at it?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
We'd be happy to take a look at it and see what we can do to change that or alter that. Understand what you're saying there. If a motorcycle is driving by and sets the thing off, then that's probably a little too sensitive.
It gets set off a lot. I keep my keys by me because it gets set off a lot.
Well, and then the problem with that is, like, okay, now you're thinking, is it just getting set off to be set off, or is there actually something going on with it? And so,
exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
But
okay, I will make an appointment.
Happy to look into it and see what's going on, and if that's something that can be altered or changed. Okay.
Okay, perfect. You guys have a good day.
You too.
Thanks
for the call.
Bye.
All right, 316-462-3673. Anything Angler car, tires, brakes, batteries, or anything in the automobile world you want to talk about? Let's go. You get this great price package valued over $130 for each and every caller. So anyway, Josh, what else has happened in that service department this week that might be?
It's been definitely been a very busy week for sure this week. And I don't, this time of year is always, we're typically
I believe it's the middle of October already too. October just started. We're right at the 18th of October.
Would agree with that. And I still think we're having, higher than normal temperatures, but
we are.
For me, and I hate when we get into kind of this season and the fact of the daylight portion of it, and it's starting to get dark a little sooner and stay dark a little longer in the mornings and stuff like that. And I always think of headlights that time of year. We're getting ready to jump into deer season as well, and I've made several trips back and forth and seen vehicles or the scene of what was an accident, from a deer getting hit. And headlights are always something this time of year, and headlight restorations are always something that come to mind driving back and forth. And
just jump out of your car and look at the front of them headlights and see if they're crystal clear or they're not. They're starting to get cloudy. Guess what you need? You need to have them things cleaned up and everything else from that part. It's just a great service to help protect your car and protect you. And if you can just get that little bit of more split second of time to see that deer hitting them brakes or whatever. And then I will tell you, do not swerve to miss that deer.
Yeah.
Uh,
I view the headlight restoration and like a brake pulsation to a consumer
yep, same deal.
pretty similar, and that is the fact that if you're the person that's driving the car on a daily basis, all the time, and that problem like slowly
Fades into there.
fades in, you just don't pick up on it and notice it as much as somebody that just hops in the car and and goes drives it a little out of the normal. But yeah, the headlight side of things is with the service that BG offers for a headlight restoration is obviously second to none, but just the difference that it can make in the visibility of those headlights is huge. And I think of just having a little bit more reaction time to something, it could make a huge difference one way or the other in either having an accident, not having an accident, or having an accident and the the impact of that and what damage it's going to do with a little bit more reaction time.
And look at your right headlight before you look at your left. And there's a reason for that, is where most of these headlight come from. Everything's the sunburn on your headlights, which is part of it. But really where you get the most part of your headlights getting cloudy is setting at the stoplight. And most tailpipes are on the right side of the cars, and that exhaust fumes coming back there and hitting your tail light is also doing that. So look at your right side headlamp, not tail light, headlamp, and watch what's going on there. But look, just take a crook. If it's not crystal clear, let us do a headlight restore to give you that extra distance, to give you that extra split seconds of what you're seeing and everything else from that part. BG's Products has a great service. And I promise you, those things you see on TV that I see, and I cringe every time I see them, just wipe on and wipe off. That is the biggest hoax and the biggest scam that I've ever seen in my life.
Well, and it may clear it up, but what's it doing to the lens long term? And then
how long will it stay?
How long will it stay clear like that, for sure? So, hey, let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Sabrina. Sabrina, you're on live with Under the Hood. Good morning.
Good morning. So I recently bought a Toyota Camry, and it's a 2022. So my question is when my headlights turn on, they kind of like raise up and then they lower down again. But at the same time, on the driver's side, it almost looks like there's a divot on that headlight side. Is there a way? Do you guys know if there's a way to fix that, or is that something?
So,
I'm not a car person.
Yeah,
I don't know mechanics.
So you're seeing this in the. So like when you start the car and it's maybe parked in the driveway and the reflection on the garage door, the headlights actually will move or adjust when you very first start it. And then the driver's side headlight appears to be different than the passenger side.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically those headlights will have motors in it, and they'll actually, as you turn the steering, the headlights will adjust as you're steering to where you're steering. And there is actually, so years ago, you used to have kind of two filaments, a high bulb filament and a low bulb filament. Well, in your case, I'm guessing odds are is that they actually just reposition the headlight with that electric motor when it's in high beam or low beam mode. And what I would wonder is a lot of times they put like a reflector in front of the bulb or the LED lens in order to broadcast that light to a wider range. And so I wonder if there's maybe something going on with that portion of the headlight that's caused that difference in one bulb to the other, would be my guess. And that's something we can certainly take a look at for you. We'll throw a diagnostic onto your package and just verify that that's probably what's going on. But I would say that would most likely be the case in your situation. So, and as far as when they're sitting there, they look level. As far as they shine about the same height. They're the lower part of the garage and everything.
They both seem to shine about the same height, but like I said, it just almost looks like there's a V in one spot on the driver's side.
Yeah. The other thing I would wonder too, if that's not put there on purpose for like oncoming traffic or cars coming at you to be in that specific spot. But
Right.
we can certainly take a look at it and see. It's amazing the amount of engineering that goes into something as simple as a headlight. I mean, for you to sit there and start up the car and they sit there and auto level and adjust and stuff like that. Our F-150s have done that
Oh, yeah.
for
Yeah.
many, many years.
Yeah.
And I tell you, there's that's something that we'll take a look at for you and just make sure that everything's correct and right. If there's an issue, let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get that added onto your package as well. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the call.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, 316-462-3673. That's the number. Calls right in their front desk. Tell the girls we can get patched in the podcast. Get the package about over $130. Oh, $130 and then.
Yeah.
So anyway, headlights. You're right.
Well-
There's so much technology in headlights today. And like you said, the F-150 is you turn left, the headlights turn to the left for you and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into the headlights.
Well, and I think of, can you years ago putting in bulbs. I mean, like it was all the time,
you don't do it anymore.
And even a tag light
course,
bulb,
I
and a
remember
marker bulb, and
the front ends got all done up like they are now. And just to put a bulb in would take hours, where before just a few minutes, been taking bumpers off and all that kind of stuff too. But that's before the technology got better.
yeah.
But you just don't see a headlight go out.
And
the bulb
then,
go out
so
that
now I think on the flip side of that is, okay, our headlights are so much brighter and the visibility is so much better. The other day, I happened to be behind an older car, and I'm sitting there at the light, and I didn't do this intentionally or anything, but I was just kind of offset of them a little bit, and it was a lower car, and they were holding their hand up to the side of the glass because of the reflection of my light on the side mirror.
Yeah.
Shining back at them. But now you think of these newer cars with the auto dimming side mirrors and the rear view mirrors that are auto dimming. And so, we think about the headlight technology, but then how about the technology that goes into counteracting that as a driver?
I've gotten in cars where the rear view mirror is a camera. That's hard to get used to.
Yeah, I would
It's
agree.
very
with that
hard to
too.
get used to, but I think it's pretty cool. Good idea. Everything else from that part, to have that up there for you to see out of a camera coming out of the back. But man, that's different. But it's just like anything else is different when they come up with a new option. It's like Blue Cruise when it come up with. Boy, I was nervous as before I'd let go of that steering wheel. But now, heck, it's nothing to let that Blue Cruise take off and go.
I think the technology in a vehicle technology advancements, safety features that I think a consumer either one takes for granted or two never even knows that's there. If you think about this, if you took even the base model of vehicle and we sat down and we just made a list of every option, feature, function, safety feature of that vehicle on a base vehicle, I mean, think of the number of things that you could come up with on that list that you on a day-to-day basis never even think about.
It's just human nature. I mean, not human nature. It's just normal, and you rely on things. And I'm going to still tell you the thing that brakes.
Yeah,
how much technology has come into brakes, and we just take them for granted because those things will stop you now.
Yeah,
on a dime, like you need to, and stuff like that. But boy, we get so used to that. But again, what did it take to get to that technology?
I'd love to take Cole and give him so Cole's my oldest boy. Either one of them, I don't care. You'd put either one of them, but put him in something that has drum brakes all the way around with no assistant and say, hey, go drive that thing.
No power steering.
Yeah.
No power brakes.
Well, the no power steering, the wheel was this big around though. So
yeah, I get it, but it gives you a little bit extra torque. I get it. And make people go drive that too. It's like
carbureted.
Yeah, just don't hit the key and let her go,
you got to sit there and feather the throttle for a little bit to get
that choke just right.
Get her going down the road. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. We just fire these things up and off we go. And
I mean, don't even in some cases you've got it in gear before it's completely up to engine RPM, right?
Like the F-150 with the column, with the shifter in the console, it pisses me off all the time. I got my brake on, but God, come on! It's because I'm trying to get going so much faster, and the whole system's set up to let it go.
Yeah,
and just chaps my, because I can't get. I'm yanking on that shifter, it won't go. But yeah, there's so many things in these cars today that have made it so much safer, so much easier to perform and go and rely on it. But you're right. I bet there's 80% of the things going on in the car we don't even use.
Well, and then too, just knowing the structural integrity of a vehicle and how it's put together, and like the number of crumple zones that are within that car, that
Yeah.
again, a consumer would have no idea that's even a thing on it. And then I think of, all these body shops or people that get into an incident or accident and they're like, oh, I'll put it together or get it. And it scares me, it especially on the used car side of this.
I know we got a caller coming in here, but I still remember, and I think I probably said this on several shows, is when manufacturers started putting airbags in it, they were just taking an existing car and putting airbags in them. And I do believe it hurt some people, but I know it saved their lives and saved from getting hurt worse because they weren't designed to be on that car. Now we got airbags that are coming out at split seconds, is the same amount of crumple zones matched, all that together. And then we got sensors in seats and seat belts that if people are sitting in where the airbags will blow or not blow and all that kind of stuff. And anymore, if a set of airbags go off in a car, I mean, it's almost totaled.
It totals the car, but also I think too, if an airbag goes off in a vehicle and you're the occupant of that vehicle, like that was a fatality accident.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order for that bag to do what it did. So
now the way they design these things and to where as a car is crumpling, that's the amount of the amount of seconds or split seconds, I should say, that airbag is actually blowing out, and every airbag is different for every car.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to the phones and talk to Grant. Grant, you're on live with Under the Hood. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Perfect.
All right. I had a question about my 07 Ford Focus. I have LED top-mounted headlights, except I haven't changed my bottom headlights for the SAP front bumper. And they're still the amber glowing ones. Would it be better to just put LED ones down below or put yellow lights? I've seen that yellow lights have been able to help people during fog situations.
Yeah, I think that's from my perspective, it's a matter of preference. There is a lot of study out there on color lighting as well. You see a lot of these blue lighting, blue lit vehicles as well. And for me, I think it's more a matter of preference of what the consumer wants. The one thing that I would say, I mean, you as the consumer need to decide preference, but the direction you head is, for me, is more important on the quality of replacement that you get than it is, excuse me, what the color is or what light it's shining out, if that makes sense.
Yep. And I know what you're saying about the yellow lights. I see those too out there. And I think today, if it was me personally, I would stay away from the yellow. I would go with the LEDs. Just number one, they use less energy and they're so much brighter and will light up more of the road, in my opinion. But I do understand the yellow side of it too from that part. But me personally, I would I'd put an LED light in a heartbeat. Is what I would do.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Well, I will start looking for some LED fog lights then.
And happy to help you with that. We've got a lot of different vendors and options when it comes to things like that as well. So
yes, if you want some help, we can call you after the show or whatever, and we talk to you a little bit about that too. Because like Josh said, there's a ton of options out there, a lot of different qualities and stuff like that too. That can sometimes you get an LED light, you don't buy the right quality, they'll draw more amperage and cause more heat and do more damage. And I've seen that before too.
I mean, I've seen lens housings melted, wiring harnesses melted, stuff like that from those, just from not choosing the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
well, then I might get my my LED lights that I have in it right now checked.
That's probably a good idea. Great idea, buddy. If you need some help with that, just let us know, and we'll love to help you with it. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks for the call.
Have a great Saturday.
You
All
too.
right. You too, bet. All right, 316-462-3673. Hey, we have some great callers here this morning and great questions all over the board. Great questions and stuff too. So thanks for everybody calling into the show. Got a few more minutes. Still get another call or two in here if you want. So 316-462-3673. Josh, I've seen so many situations with LED lights and poor quality and developing heat and melting bumpers and all kinds of stuff over the years. It changed. And I get why you want an LED bulb too. I do.
No, yeah, completely understand that aspect of it. But my thing with the difference in lighting is, okay, you go out here and you take any manufacturer's brand new vehicle and you look at the sticker price or the window price between something that has it and something that doesn't,
Oh, yeah.
and you're not talking
Couple
$100
$100.
difference,
No.
right? You know,
No.
there's a reason that gap is so different because of the quality that they got to put in it to manufacture that product. And again, it's definitely worth it at night when you drive at night, and to the difference that you're able to see and view is huge on that.
300%. So anyway, Josh, anything else this week or anything? Or
yeah, just again, just we're here to make things happen and get your all your service needs taken care of and get you squared away. We've got a couple of tire sales coming up. They'll launch here. I think it's a couple more weeks. They'll start into, I can't believe I've even saying this, but starting towards a Black Friday event, which is going to be right around the corner. And then to think, Christmas is freaking right after that. So
holidays are upon us, whether we like it or not, right?
Yeah, very much so. Somebody the other day was, I don't know. I don't even know how it got brought up, but talking about Christmas lights, and I was like, "What?" But got to do it, I guess, or that time of year. What's so racing wise? We're done over at Salt City, and we've got that in the books. And then you're headed this evening to.
I got the race team is headed to Caney. I hope. I've been sitting here, a couple texts coming through. Weather's not looking very good at Caney.
Yeah.
From that part, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can get the race in or not. I'm headed to my good friend's weddings this afternoon, so I will be not with the race team.
Oh,
so yeah, so the race team. I hope they can get the race in. The late models where they're headed down there to run with their revival setup. So see if the weather holds off where those guys can get down there. Yeah, Salt City is over. We had a great season over there at Salt City Racing. Ended the season there with the ASCS sprint cars and the stock cars. And as always, those stock cars put on a show for us. So those guys have been so awesome all year long. That's why we gave them a 2-day show at the end of the year. 21 or 22 cars, can't remember how many showed up. And we had a great race. We had a 4-wide finish on one of the stock car races.
That's awesome.
It was really good. Still everybody talks about one lane and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how you have a 1-lane racetrack with 4 cars going 4 wide, but the first night after the sprint car race, I talked to the winner and I asked him, I said, he got to the lap cars and he just wouldn't go around him. And I said, what, he still won the race, but he had that big of a lead. And I said, why did you not go? He said, I just didn't know if it would hold it. And he said, I didn't want to look like a fool up there leading the race and lose it. I said, hey, I get it. But I said, the stock cars were there and they were taking it and they were running it there. He said, I get it. I know there's a difference between stock cars and sprint cars and everything else too. He said, I just didn't want to look like a fool and lose it up there. And he said, I just didn't know.
Yeah, that's one of those big gambles, right? So,
and then our local Jeremy Campbell coming through the second on Saturday night, he went wide and he took it. He passed 3 and 4 cars up there. So it was a good race and everything else too from that part. So it was a really good time over at Salt City and stuff too. November 1st is our banquet over there at the 1861 Club for that part to wind out the season for 2025. And I can't believe that season's already over. So
yeah, it seems like it went fast. That's for sure.
Fast, like everything here too. So anyway, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. We're going to call our quits for today. And thanks for everybody that called in and appreciate all the callers. Appreciate everybody listening too. And again, we'll be back. We'll probably be back next Wednesday at 5:30 for a Salt City update one more time. And then we'll be back next Saturday at 9:00 for some more calls. And hopefully by then, maybe me and Josh will have some time. We can sit down and we can figure out how much this package value is worth. We know it's over $130, but we need to really see what that value is.
Where it's at, right? Yeah.
Today. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you very soon.